Welcome back. This is Andrew, and today we're on Raid Shadow Legends. We're going to talk about the Hydra. Some of the things that I've learned and I would like to share with you. So let's get into it. All right. First and foremost, I hope you guys went for that Shamael, the extra Shamael shard event, the guaranteed summon. If you did 25 void shards, you get the Shamael. I think he's going to be part of the Hydra clan boss for the long run. I don't know if he's going to be the best for the clan boss for the long run, but I think he's going to be a part for the long run. So it'd be worth building up 1 and 2 or 3 Shamaels if you can. So Mr. Shamael, I tried a lot of different comps. I could come up with some comps that got close to 10 million for hard. For normal, it's pretty easy to get to that 1 key mark. You don't really have to worry too much. But for the hard, it starts to work a little. You have to work a little harder on trying to figure some more strategies out. I found out what worked really good was Shamael. You need him. I'm sorry, like everyone is trying to come up with different comps with other characters. It's just not really viable yet unless you have really good gear. You have to have really good gear, like Murder Inc. good gear. That guy, he's like the biggest out of all the content creators. His roster and his artifacts are just to the highest you can get. I'm not there. I'm not even close to him. So I have good gear, but not that good of gear. So I have to think of other ways. I'd say, you know, past the Shamael point where everyone knows how he works. We're gonna go on to people that are going good with him. I already made a couple of videos on Suzerain Catan. I think he's amazing. I built my second one because he just does amazing damage. Put him in Savage gear and he does actually a lot of damage. So he's a good one to put with him. I also had Ninja in my latest comp that did 14 million, I believe. Ninja did a lot of damage. He did, I don't remember how much he did, but he did quite a bit. He's in a relentless set. He's constantly attacking. What I really want him to proc is that 8 Hellburn. So when he does his escalation passive, he will get it up to 100% and a 25% damage or crit damage maxed out. You know, when fighting bosses, will increase Ninja's attack by 20%. So he's great damage dealer. Brogni, he has the shield that you cannot take off. Now, something I kind of learned doing this time around since the update on that mastery, if you can get a character like Shamael or someone that puts a healing buff on like a continuous heal buff on your characters, and then the Hydra steals that continuous heal buff and then spreads it, it will heal the other heads. So at the same time, you're doing all this damage to that head that is putting up the fear for Shamael to constantly keep attacking. If you don't have a heal reduction on that Hydra, that continuous heal buff that the other Hydra head put onto him will heal that fear Hydra head, if that makes sense. I'm sorry, I'm kind of getting all over the place. With that said, that fear Hydra head will heal up and you can constantly still do damage without having to worry about another Hydra head popping up like the Wrath Hydra head. I hate that big red one. He does a lot of damage on my weak teams. If you just keep that fear Hydra head alive, then you can constantly keep putting damage out. So the other thing that you have to kind of worry about is RNG when it comes to whatever character the Hydra head decides to eat. That's kind of a pain in the butt. You will always go for the highest crit damage person that you have on your team. Usually goes for my Shamael first. Then it goes kind of to whoever else after that. I've noticed that it kind of just bounces around after it gets that first person in his belly. So as long as you can like hit him and do enough damage, then you don't have to worry too much. The RNG part is really, if you end up killing the fear Hydra head, then hopefully you can get the torment Hydra head back. So yeah, it's kind of a mouthful. I hope it makes a little bit of sense. I'll try to edit it as best as I can. But I tried poisons. Obviously poisons don't work too much, but poisons did get me close to 10 million. I was just looking for teams that can get me to that 10 million mark because I can 2-key it. Atura is great. That Perfect Veil is great if you don't want to put Shamael in your team. The highest teams I can get with you know, these kind of teams without Shamael is close to around 8 million. Imar, a reset cooldown, I found out was a lot easier to kind of get to that 10 million mark. You didn't have to worry too much. I did test bombs. Bombs did pretty good too. I got past the 10 million mark, but it was just really RNG based. You had to get lucky with whoever the Hydra had ate whenever they got their that one to the left, whatever that Hydra head name is, but he will cleanse his whole Hydra head team, and that part is so annoying because you have to kind of just wait until you get to that point of him cleansing, and then you can put your debuffs up. I think it's a 4-turn cooldown. HP burns did great. I found HP burns did a lot of damage. I think it was like hitting 20 per hit, 20,000 per hit. Yeah, I'll show you some of the videos that I saved, and I want to put in this video to where you can see kind of where I was going. You need a reser. I found Arbiter works actually really well with the Hydra head. She has the increased attack, and she also has the speed booster move. I think it's this one. Increase the turn meters of all allies by 30%. Then she has her res, and she also can take down the buffs off the Hydra heads. So if they got buffs that they stole from you, just take them down, you know, or you just take down whatever you want to take. It does damage. This is my arena arbiter. Then I have my other arbiter that has high health, a lot of health. So she never gets eaten by the Hydra head, or she just doesn't die. She's usually one of the last ones to die. And she can res the whole team. There are other good healers like Raglan, but she's a single res. You just have to kind of hope that they don't kill too many at the same time. I also have Godsticky or Neri. She's a great person to put in there. I don't know, I wasn't having as much progression as I was with Arbiter. Arbiter was, I think, the top reser that I've used for the Hydra heads. I just hate to say it, but Shamael, you're gonna need this guy. He's really key for right now. I have a feeling Hydra head, or the Hydra content, is only going to be for like super in-game people. I think people are just going to get bored of it and not want to do it that much. I really want that new champion. I think she's going to be pretty good for sustainability when we get to other content in the Hydra. I found a really cool strategy for me was, like I said earlier, you get someone with the continuous heals. Who else has continuous heals? You know, Yogram has continuous heals. You get someone with him with continuous heals, let the Hydra head strip that from you, and then put him on all his heads. And then you can just don't remove those continuous heals from the Hydra heads, and they'll just keep healing themselves, and you just keep doing your damage, doing your poisons, slowly work your way up. You can get to that 100 turn mark if you work it that way. So I think that could be a good strategy. I kind of was doing that a little bit, but I was also doing hard hitting damage. I think my turn count was only at 50 or 60 or something before my team started kind of going downhill. Suzerain Katan's still OP. He's got this move, weaken and decrease defense. Plus he has decreased speed. That's really important. This move is the move that you probably don't want to use if you're going to be using that healing Hydra head strategy. I hope any of this information helped you out. Rutrexa did really good. You know, she was good for pulling the Torment head really fast. You want to do that, which you can get really high numbers really fast, but you really have to hope that the Torment head comes back. And then when it comes back, it's going to be strengthened, so you don't do as much damage. So it's kind of like it was really good when the whole Shamael nerf wasn't there, or the whole mastery nerf wasn't there. Lydia is awesome. I used her for my first key. I kind of wish I saved her to kind of test her out on other things. She does the whole trick too. You don't want to put Suzerain Katan in there. She can do decreased defense and weaken. She's awesome for that. And then she also puts a strengthen on everyone. Which one is it? Yeah, strengthen and increased speed. So then you can pair her with, you know, Mother Sybil, that her A1 does decreased speed. You really want to put that on the Hydra head. And then your turn meter boosters, you know, her A1 is fills turn meter of all the 3 random allies by 15%. That helped out a lot. And you got Lady Kimmy. She has a turn meter booster too. Instead of using Mother Sybil, you can use Lady Kimmy for the decreased speed and decreased accuracy. So, and the block buffs, she's a great person to use there too. Just play around with the strategies. Other content creators are coming out with some amazing content. Like I said earlier, Murder Inc. He is killing it with the Hydra content. I'm watching all of his videos. I'm trying to learn as much as I can. So shout out to that guy. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a great Christmas break if you're on a break right now, which I am, and I'm having a really good Christmas break. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace out. That's it. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace out.